I'd say he's back there. But I noticed one thing, she's a lefty like I am. She is. It's interesting. She writes. Really Florida was looking for his.
You want to leave your thing to the middle?
No.
They want to hear you.
All rise. Please stand. Please come to order the Inwood County Commission, now session on Lauren Thomas is presiding.
Thank you. Please remain standing while Ron Dale leads us in our invocation, followed by a pledge to our flag, led by Todd Wilcox. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this beautiful day. Be with us tonight as we try to make the wise decisions that we need to make. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You can be seated. Ms. Baldwin, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Brian Delp.
Here.
Jamie Harris. Jason Harris.
Here.
Stephen Hendricks.
Here.
John Mosley.
Here.
Marie Rice. Matthew Rice. Lauren Thomas.
Here.
Todd Wilcox.
Here. If I can just make a note, Matt did contact
started his new job today and out of town, so we didn't go.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mayor Eberly, you're there, present,
Present.
and Attorney Schultz.
Here.
We have 7 present, 2 absent.
Thank you, Ms. Bowen. Item 4 on our agenda is to approve the minutes of the prior session from the February 22nd, 2021 meeting. Have a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
Motion made by Todd Wilcox, second by Brian Delk. Is there any additions or corrections that need to be made? Hearing none, Ms. Bowen, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Brian Delk,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Bowen. Item 5 is our town's recommendation. Invite the audience if you'd like to address the commission. Hearing none, we'll move to item 6. Is there any old business? Hearing none, is there any new business? Hearing none, is there any committee reports?
The Budget and Finance Committee did meet last week to kick off the year for Budget and Finance. Our next scheduled meeting is going to be this Thursday at 5 o'clock here in the large courtroom.
I have a couple of updates, if I could, updated after the finance meeting, but just under old business, we made the final payment on our high schools. Our high school petition belongs to Unicoi County this year. Roof and jail project also paid off this year, so that's another plus for our debt service. We also signed the contract with TEMA for reimbursement on the flood from last March, and that contract is $229,023. That's slightly higher than what I quoted you last meeting, and the reason being FEMA does 75% and TEMA does an additional 12.5%. So the amount's about $30,000 more than what I quoted. The federal stimulus, a lot of been said about it. We received right at $3.5 million, 3.499 to be exact. That comes in half installment. I've been told we would receive funding between May the 10th and May the 12th. We'll get 1/2 the funds. No sooner than at least 12 months, the balance of the funds will be allocated to the county. There's basically 4 generic uses for the funds that's still up in the air as far as exactly what the funds can be used for. I think Chairman Thomas sent that flyer out that was from the state, giving you the 4 general purposes for the funds, and I'm waiting on clarification on exactly what the funds can be spent for. One other update, we have been in contact, as I said before, with Senator Blackford's office, who's kind enough to contact Verizon Wireless on our behalf, and we do have active, I guess you'd call it, investigation as to what the problems are on the south end. They've been in contact with myself and Commissioner Rice, and so they're trying to find a solution to what the drop calls and some of the people that can't get service that was getting service prior to this. So hopefully they'll report back to us shortly. I do know they said that they put this in a top category as far as investigation. So just wanted to update the commission on those items.
Thank you, Mayor. That's some great news. Any other committee reports?
Public Safety Committee, we had a meeting, we talked about who we need to fall under, and I think everybody was in agreement to fall under the EMA. But on our side, as far as communication, on one side, y'all been talking about the difference, it's not the CAD system belongs to 911, talking about towers and repeaters and all that's gonna belong on our side. Everybody's agreeing with that, like I said before, legislative body don't need to do that. EMA or 911. So.
Anybody else? All right, moving on to item 7. Is our monthly statement of revenues, statement of expenditures, and cash flow analysis. Do I have a motion to accept?
Make a motion to accept them.
Motion made by Jason Harris, second by Marie Rice. Any discussion? Ms. Vaughn, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Murray Rice. Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Brian Delp,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Vaughn. Item 8 on our agenda is to recognize Renaud Beverly regarding the Tri-Cities Road Club to consider giving permission to limit access on bicycle race time trials on June 5th of this year. Discuss and approve. Mr. Beverly?
Yes, sir. We're back with racing, bike racing we've been doing for the last 15 years. On Saturday morning, June the 5th, the county has provided 2 officers on 107 at Simile Creek and Falcon for that morning. And for the race because the grown, makes that loop through there. And then on Saturday evening, we have the time trial on Temple Hill Road. I've just been at the Irwin City Commission, and they have approved. They having an officer at the beginning of the time trial, and the county's furnished an officer at the end of the time trial to direct traffic that's through traffic out to 26 and to hold the local traffic in so that they know that what's going on and that keep it safe. Be glad to answer any questions. One of the things I'd like to continue to offer that we've not taken a large benefit from, but our survey last year showed that we bring $200,000 into the community that weekend, and I don't think we've done a great job in capturing that here in Unicoi County. We've got a lot of assets, and anything that we can put into their package that they pick up on Saturday before that evening, especially with your new restaurants and things that you have in the area. We've taught some of them, but I don't know that they really know what's here because they come over from Elizabethton that afternoon, do the time trial starting at 5:30. We have to close it at 5. The first one's off at 5:30 on 30-second intervals. And then they finish fairly in a reasonable order. And that gives them time to get dinner anywhere that they want. Love to, if you've got somebody who would like to put something in those packages to promote the area, I'm sure that are there any questions I could answer? This is the same, running exactly the same we've done for the last decade, and we certainly have appreciated the help. We needed some roads repaired 2 years ago, and they did a good job, got it done so that the safety was there. So we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It has. We bring for the time trial, we bring in about 200 or 300. The ones that come through on their bikes on the race, I don't know that they get anything except to enjoy the beautiful time. If they're so bad that they're off the back, if they're in a group racing, they're just watching each other. So, but the time trial, we do have an opportunity for them. Really, we appreciate the area.
What's the first place prize?
The first place prize we have from professional level to the entry level of amateur, and bicycle road racing, and that's what this is. This isn't for mountain bike. This is road racing. we have to put those in separate categories based on ability, because just like in NASCAR, don't let an entry-level driver start off at the top level motor races. And so when these guys are cornering, like coming down Kelly Creek and making that right-hand turn at full speed, they need to know that the guy beside them's got the same skills they do, because they don't like crashing any more than the rest of us. And so we have 5 categories of amateur and 1 category of I haven't answered your question yet. The pro men share over the 3 events of that weekend. It's actually 4. You get points for each one of the events, and then that gives an overall. So we actually get 5. They get $3,900. The pro women get $2,650, and the total cash prize for that weekend is over $9,000. We have a unique venue in this country. We don't have the corporate depth that it takes to raise housing. We could raise the prize list that same weekend every year, including this year, they're already scheduled. There's a professional race in Arlington, Virginia, and that pulls the top riders. We also get pros. Matter of fact, 2 years ago, the pro who won our overall event, including the Rome Grown, placed 2nd in the National Road Race Championship in the nation. So we have a tremendous venue here. We're having some continuity. We've changed it. It's now the Carter County. Carter County has decided to sponsor the overall Omnium at $5,000. And there is an opportunity, if you can find a sponsor here locally or the county itself, for a $1,000 sponsorship for the Temple Hill Time Trial. I mean, it would carry the name of either the county or would carry the name of whoever sponsored it. That one's still open. But having those sponsorships, bicycle racing is a unique professional sport. The only professional sport that has no ticketed spectators. It's all free. And so the only way we can afford to run is we have to raise that money in sponsorship, because we can't. The riders pay, but they can't pay enough. We couldn't charge enough for their entry fees to cover that $9,000 worth of cash prizes.
Just, would you check with the gas station? I don't know if not. I'm one of the officers that worked at for 3 years now. You check with the Scotchman there to make sure that they have get no shipments, fuel shipments, or anything at the evening?
I haven't for this year. I have every year.
Okay, but you do check that.
Yes, sir.
Because that 1 year they came in.
We give it our best try. But yes, we do check with them.
Okay.
Unfortunately, and I hadn't followed up in a number of years, so I mean, I can't, but the Mountain Inn doesn't want us in their parking lot.
Yeah.
And so we keep that sign so that people, our people don't go in that. But the Scotsman has been good about us parking behind them. It does bring some business into them. They so far I need to follow up. I haven't had a chance to do it this year, but that's high on the list to be. So I can't claim that I've done it, but it's certainly going to get done. Can I answer any other questions? Well, we certainly appreciate you, and I hope you can permit us again.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion to approve? I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by John Mosley, second by Steve Hendricks. Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Brian Delp,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Devereaux. All right, moving on to item 9, discuss and vote of 2021 and the 2022 Planning Department contract between the First Tennessee Development District and Unicoi County. Have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Have a second.
Yes.
Motion made by Stephen Hendricks, second by Brian Delt. Do we have any discussion? Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
John Mosley. Brian Dale.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
Murray Rice. Todd Wilcox.
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Bowman. Item 10, discuss and vote on resolution with USDA Rural Development Grant for an amount up to $52,800 to be used for 2 new compactors and EMA's truck. This approval is for the purchase of the compactors at a state bid price of $68,367. The EMA truck purchase was already approved at $48,351. This purchase requires the obligation of an additional $37,600 of the governor's grant funds for the purchase. Do I have a motion to approve? I'll make a motion to approve. Second. Motion made by John Mosley, second by Todd Wilcox. Any discussion? The only question I have is, do we know which site specific for those 2 compactors?
The Hoover site and the Unicoi site will be the location. We will keep whichever compactor is best shape. It won't be the Hoover one, I can assure you. But we'll keep that as a spare just in case something happens at Deacon Creek. Did want to just comment the reason it was 52A originally, we were talking about 3 compactors instead of 2. Actually, each should be $40,850. We'll get 35% of the total of the expense.
All right, thank you, Mayor.
One other comment there is, and I think I explained it pretty well in there, that there's $10,000 per site prep to do the concrete work that we need. We work with our road superintendent, but that might cost less than that. It depends on how much I can push it on.
Thank you, Mayor. Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Murray Rice. Brian Dale.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Todd Wilcox.
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Ms. Bourne. Item 11 is to Harris to replace Lauren Thomas to the Planning Commission for the direction of his term as County Commissioner. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by John Mosley, second by Stephen Hendricks. Do we have any discussion?
I don't know if you're gonna do it.
We don't have time with money work schedule. I did enjoy it all the years I did. Any other discussion? Ms. Vaughn, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
Murray Rice. Brian Dale.
Yes.
Todd Wilcox. Lauren Thomas. 7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Ball. Next is item 12, is to discuss and vote to reappoint Kevin Hensley and Jesse Hensley to a new 3-year term on the planning commission starting in June 2021. Motion made by Marie Rice, second by Jason Harris. I will say before we ask Ms. Bowman to call the roll, served with Mr. Kevin Hensley and Jesse Hensley both for several years on the planning commission, and they both do an outstanding job. Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Brian Dell,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
John Moses,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Item 13, discuss and vote policy to continue to pay county employees that are off due to COVID-19 or quarantine requirements. This policy also gives office holders the option to work rotating staff. This extension is through the end of the current fiscal year. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion made by John Mosley, second by Stephen Hendricks. Any discussion? Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Brian Dell,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries. I apologize.
Thank you, Ms. Bowman.
Ms. Bowman, I just want to be sure that we note, I had an error on that, on number 13. It says of quarantine. It read as or, and it should be, the word or should be in there instead of.
So noted.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
You're so welcome.
Item 14, discuss and vote on a resolution to establish an occupational safety and health program plan with Jenny Irwin as the safety director. Make a motion to approve. Second. Motion made by John Mosley, second by Brian Dell. Any discussion? Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Brian Dell,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas,
Yes.
Marie Rice. 7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Ms. Bowman, item 15, discuss and vote to approve the recommendation of the safety to do a radio frequency study of radio communications for all 9 agencies. Cost not to exceed $2,000 and to be paid from the CARES Act funds.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion made by Todd Wilcox, second by Jason Harris. Any discussion?
You will be talking more about this, I'll get to the committee before they're on being made, and, Jimmy's already started working on it. Something we need to get done, overall, we need to communicate about it.
Yes, ma'am. That's where the $2,000, the company that took over the communication company. That's why we put no more than $2,000. We'll get a second estimate or a second price on it currently.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Jimmy, for working on it, you and Tom. Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Brian Delt,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Ms. Bowman, item 16, discuss and vote to offer veteran service officer position, Charles Emerson.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion made by Bob Wilcox, second by Jason Harris. Discussion.
I put a copy of his, Mr. Emerson's resume in the packet. I hope you had the opportunity to look at it. I feel very fortunate, and thanks to Mr. Reeves, I see him in the audience, but he's the one that actually brought the name and the person to me. He's retired disabled vet, and is looking for an occupation that's gonna be rewarding, not necessarily from a monetary standpoint, but from rewards, helping develop his fellow veteran. He's got excellent credentials as far as education goes. I look forward to getting that one started. Tom, I don't know if you have anything you want to add to that, but I was real impressed. I've interviewed him, met with Tom for lunch, and I know he's met him, and look forward to getting started.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
I know some of you in this room, others I don't, so a little background. I moved here 16 and a half years ago from Nashville, graduated Middle Tennessee State College, ROTC, 33 years and 3 months in the military, retired as a colonel after Desert Storm in 1996. And this is my 50th year as a licensed health and life insurance agent. I'm a little over 81, and I'm just as spry as old Terry over here, and I can do anything he can do except drive a truck. It's a wonderful county, but we've had, since I've lived here, a deficiency in that we have not had a functional Veterans Service Officer. In my role with United Healthcare as a Medicare advisor, I'm the only agent in North Carolina and Southwest Virginia and Northeast Tennessee that is also retired military, a senior officer on TRICARE, full VA health coverage benefits because of my service in Vietnam, and also on a Medicare plan for 12, 13, 14 years now. What I've discovered in working the 3 states that I work in and having hundreds and hundreds of sit down and in-home enrollments and explaining Medicare is that the veterans, if you ever get on the veterans or the VA website, it is extremely difficult to follow. And there is nobody at Mountain Home, as good as they are there, there's nobody that a veteran that can call, even a social worker, that can get them, based on their category, into the loop as to what their co-pays are going to be at VA. There are a lot of misunderstandings about veterans benefits. The majority of veterans have co-pays higher than they would have with Medicare. So I sort of fell into this role of being a coordinator with veterans who have a Medicare card to get them properly into a plan with low co-pays and no cost. And in that role, I have been fortunate enough to meet and work with veteran service officers, Jerry Story in Carter in Washington County, David Batchelor in Carter County, Rick Fink, the new veteran service officer, just been hired by Sullivan County, and a good friend of mine, an old retired sergeant up in Johnson County, Ralph Hutto. I've learned from them and they've learned from me. It's been a good experience. And the word sort of got around as I met and worked with these folks the last couple of years that we finally had approval, thanks to you gentlemen and you, Marie. You funded a veteran service officer. So I got a call very few months ago from a retired lieutenant colonel who's a full-time occupational specialist at Mountain Home. And he says, Tom, I understand you're looking for somebody who would really like to help veterans and work with you on coordinating their benefits and helping them get on VA coverage, help them find out what their copays are, and help them if they've got a claim for Agent Orange or tinnitus or whatever. There's lots of veterans that do not know how to file a claim and get it approved and get their disability payments coming. I've been given an estimate by one of these gentlemen who's worked in this area for a long time. He feels like there's probably $5 to $6 million worth of veterans' disability claims from our county that could be generated if we had a quality, hands-on, go-to veteran service officer. And thank goodness I met with Charles. He prefers to go by Chuck. He has 2 degrees, a BA degree and an associate degree. He's traveled worldwide. He's been in more countries than I have. I've been in about 31. He's been 37. Got a great attitude. Bubba has met with him. And unbelievably, he has a VA disability, so he has income that is sufficient. He is not interested in anything more than what you have set aside for that position. He understands what it takes to be certified. He's ready to go to Nashville to be certified. Bubba and I've talked about finding a location suitable, an office space suitable where a veteran can come in and talk privately, where he can secure and store records like DD-214s that have the Social Security number on it and other things. And I have pledged to work with him like I have with the 4 other veteran service officers, and they've all pledged to help him and be his mentor and help. It's a win-win, folks, and I have had a great time working with my old friend, my old banker, Bubba Everly, and I'm excited if we can find the location and get him set up, then I think you'll be really pleased. Then we can get the word out, maybe an ad or 2 in the paper or something on the radio. The word will get around, and we'll have somebody in this county. I'm telling you, I know the resumes of the other veteran service officer. We're getting the best. Thank you very much. And if you got questions, call me anytime.
Thank you. Thank you for your service to our country. You look about 20, 25 years younger than what you are. Well, I drink it's good mountain water.
All right. We got a motion and a second. Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll. I'm sorry, Ms. Rice, please.
Is it gonna have set hours, Mayor, will it have set hours, the meeting weekend, or set appointments, that kind of thing?
What we discussed is 20 hours a week. And that's yet to be determined whether it be 2 days a week, 3 days a week, or that there will be in office set hours.
And could he provide us maybe like a quarterly report, or something like how many encounters, veterans, how many veterans talk with during that quarter, just to kind of keep us abreast, so we know how many veterans are in that service?
I can address that with him. I'm sure it would be, either a monthly or quarterly report. Wouldn't include names or anything like that, just numbers of how many people start service.
And maybe, kind of like what we don't want to provide, where, maybe just, whether they were looking for help with disability, medically,
I do know when I was checking that there's, according to the statistics that I found was, there's over 1,400 veterans here in our county. And so there's a big area for service there.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Bowen, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Brian Delt,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you. Moving to item 17, discuss and approval of CARES Act funding request. We have a list in our packet.
Second.
Motion by Todd Wilcox, second by Jason Harris. Any discussion? Ms. Bowen, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Marie Rice, Jason Harris,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
John Mosley, Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Brian Delt,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Bowen. Item 18, discuss and approve funding, request for governor's grant funds. Also, we have this in our packet.
Motion approved. Jason Harris.
Second. Motion made by Jason Harris, second by Ron Dell. Any discussion? Ms. Bowen, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Brian Delt,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Bowen. Item 19, request to table. Read the item. Discuss and vote on approval of sales contract to purchase Larry Mullins property for the Unicoi County Highway Department, $150,000. Purchase to be funded by Unicoi Highway Department. Do I have a motion to table?
Motion table.
Motion to table by Todd Wilcox, second by Marie Rice. Any discussion?
Just a point of clarification, we did get the contract complete, that's why I requested for it to be tabled. We're still addressing some issues, with T-Dec on the property, so that may take a little short period of time, 30, 60 days, but we'll bring it back at the appropriate time.
Any further discussion on that? Ms. Bowen, when you're ready, please call the roll.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Brian Delt,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion to table.
Thank you, Ms. Bowen. Item 20 is our budget amendments. First one is circuit court clerk in the amount of $3,650.
Motion approved. Jason Harris.
Dr. Jason Harris, second by Todd Wilcox. Any discussion? Ms. Bowen, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
Brian Delt,
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Marie Rice, Todd Wilcox,
Yes.
John Mosley,
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Okay, next up is EMA and civil defense. The amount of $6,687. Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by John Mosley, second by Stephen Hendricks. Any discussion? Hearing none, Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Marie Rice. Todd Wilcox.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
Brian Dale.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
John Mosley. Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Next is, Health Department in the amount of $7,000. So moved. Motion by John Mosley, second by Todd Wilcox. Any discussion? Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
Todd Wilcox. Marie Rice. Brian Dale.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you. Next up is the 16 solid waste in the amount of $1,200. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I got it. Sorry, Sheriff's Department, in the amount of $1,000.
Motion approved. Second.
Motion approved by Jason Harris, second by Todd Wilcox. Any discussion? Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Marie Rice. Todd Wilcox.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
Brian Dale.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Solid waste. 116 solid waste in the amount of $1,200.
Second.
Motion by Todd Wilcox, second by Stephen Hendricks. Any discussion? Ms. Bowman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Brian Dale.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
Marie Rice. Todd Wilcox.
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Next is 131 Highway Department, in the amount of $289,025. Motion made by John Mosley, second by Marie Rice. When you're ready, please call the roll.
Marie Rice. Brian Dale.
Yes.
Jason Harris.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Todd Wilcox.
Yes.
Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Going out to elected officials. Motion made by Marie Rice, second by Todd Wilcox. Ms. Coleman, when you're ready, please call the roll.
Brian Dale.
Yes.
Marie Rice. Jason Harris.
Yes.
Stephen Hendricks.
Yes.
John Mosley.
Yes.
Todd Wilcox. Lauren Thomas.
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent, motion carries.
Thank you, Ms. Coleman. Before we adjourn, I just have to say, normally we don't do roll call votes on every single item on the agenda, but we were advised by the auditor of the state comptroller's office last month that we need to do so as long as we're doing the option of virtual meetings. So I just wanted to put that out there for clarification as to why we're doing call votes on every single item. Still up to the commission as to how long we continue to do that, so Anybody have any comments they'd like to say towards that before we adjourn?
I think we should carry at least through the rest of the fiscal year. It's only allowed at this point 2 months, unless it gets. Right now, the governor's order, is through April 29th, I believe. Now, that's not to say it might not be extended again, but that's long.
So at this point, in case anybody couldn't hear the mayor, by order of the mayor, by order of the governor, rather, we can only do virtual meetings through April 29th. And so I believe the consensus is that we do at least next month's meeting virtually also as an option. So we'll do the same way of voting next month, and we'll see how if the governor extends that order.
There's also legislation pending right now that would allow commissioners to do the meeting like we're doing a virtual meeting. If there have to be a way because of their job duties or military duty. Don't know whether that'll pass yet or not, but if it does, we have to continue that option.
We mailed it before too long. No, that works.
Chairman, can I ask a question? Everybody was present. There was just 2 absent. So we still had to do roll call tonight?
Yes. But
Okay.
As being both present and virtual, we have to do it that way. If it's advertised as partially virtual, then yes.
Okay.
Unless the auditor tells us otherwise. All right, this time, I'll entertain a motion for
Motion
adjournment.
adjourned.
Motion by Stephen.
Can I make one comment? The guy sits back here and he won't brag on himself, but back in the McIntyre Spring project, which is a major project out there in y'all's district, the 3rd district. And I think Terry said it's finished up. That's part of the minute you saw. It's been finished up. But the majority of that was funded through NRCS. We had to finance a percentage of that, but that's also funds that didn't have to come out of the county road department. But I just didn't tell
The
you.
engineering behind that was really good. You guys could go out there and look at it. They had to replace the whole flip side. Pretty much.
I just wanted to brag on him because I know he's not gonna brag on himself.
Thank you, Terry.
Thank you, Terry. All right, we have a motion by Stephen Hendricks. Who's our second? Terry Rice. Mr. Bowen, when you're ready, please.
Brian Dale,
Yes.
Todd Wilcox.
No.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Yeah.
Stephen Hendricks,
Yes.
Jason Harris,
Yes.
John Mosley, Marie Rice, Lauren Thomas.